It says we're live. Yo, Jason, how's it going? Okay, so let's get to the unboxing. Unboxing knife, as usual, would be the naked booby knife. There we go. The Frank Frazetta Boker Excalibur one. Tá? Entendeu?
Yeah.
I just realized the centering is now off. I don't know if you can see that. Because I just, I need to tighten it. Does that help? Is that decorative? Oh, yeah. And then let's get some music going. Okay, so this is a front flipper. I don't like front flippers, but the action on this Excalibur one is awesome. And so let's get started. This is box number 1 from SMKW.
É aquela remete que você comprou? Nova? E a faca que dia? É a faca que você comprou daquele dia? Ele mostrou?
Não entendo. Sim, eu tenho 2 caixas para aberta, amor.
Uau!
Okay, got that sticker. And, oh, wow, is that really it? Oh, that's sad. That's it. Okay. Okay, should I go Goondocks? So should I go cheap to good or good to cheap? You know what? Always lead with your best. So I guess I'll start with the K-bar. So does it say anything on here? Yeah, here we go. K-bar, the Machete Kukri.
Machete.
02-1249. Okay, so it comes in some whatchamacallit, these bubble packs, or is that bubble paper? I don't know. My mom wouldn't let us pop them because she wanted to pop them herself. Okay, let's start with the handle. Is pretty fantastic. It's got definitely some grip there that you'll be able to hold. Comes with the caution cardboard. And let's check it out. Okay, it's a bit small. It has an actual grind, even a swedge on top. Got a micro bevel, so there's that. It's got a bit of a guard there, a little bit. Pretty huge unsharpened part here. Not sure why you would do that. Made in Taiwan. If anyone knows what the purpose of having a large ricasso is, especially with a kukri and with a machete, I mean, usually you want the whole thing. So as you can see, the grind stops there. I wonder if you're able to grind that out. I mean, it'll take a shitload of time, but I wonder if you could grind that out. That would be interesting. It would take quite a bit of work. Let's check out now. Here we go. Here's the limited lifetime warranty with the disco ball. Okay, and here's what the sheath looks like. So far, it is leather. Yeah, it's actual leather. It's got these closing straps there. The back is nylon, so this is actually very similar to the K-bar. What do they call this? A K-bar fighting knife. Amor, tá barulho, meu live. It's got.
É porque tá chovendo. Melhorou?
Sim. Okay, so there's a new Conjuring movie out. Kind of overrated, but oh well. Okay, so this backing is leather. Amor, você precisa muito silêncio, meu live stream. O talvez muito embaixo, muito lento, tá? Leather thing here. This is nylon. It's got that there. This is the K-Bar fighting knife. This was on sale for like 50 some bucks. It's got a true serration, partially serrated. Um, almost all military knives do want that partial serration for cord cutting. Some people think it might be a little reverse because that's the part you usually want to feather stick with. But you can sort of feather stick this way, I suppose, if you've got partial serrations there. Anyway, this was massively on sale at SMKW last year. It's a decent knife. It's a decent sheath. I actually like this nylon leather hybrid. So this is the same kind of sheath here. And let's check it out. Is that how it goes? Looks like it. Oh, it fits in there pretty decently. And the button's okay. As you can see, I'm trying to use my useless thumb. See? I mean, I can move this, but you see, it won't bend. That middle won't bend. See? See, I can. Anyway. So I'm a gimp. Oh well. I might have to get another surgery. So there's that. This machete was really inexpensive. It was $44.44. It was it's part of their big sale at SMKW. Next, this is my new fixation. These. What the hell is this? Oh, this is something else. This is just some random Smith & Wesson search and rescue knife. Again, partially serrated. I know people don't like partially serrated. I felt the same way until I needed serrations, and now I'm going to do one of my knife myth series on partially serrated knives. That they are, in fact, not as bad as we say. This is like my most carried knife right now, and it's my most so far. It's my favorite fidget-friendly knife. It has it all. So I will probably do a video on my favorite fidget knives. So partially serrated. It's got a fuller there. So I don't know if that's like weight relief. It's got a swedge there on top. It's extremely light. Doesn't look like it's full tang. It looks like it might be rat tail or something like that. It's pretty grippy, pretty decent shape for the handle. Looks like it comes with a diamond sharpening. Yeah. I don't know how well that diamond is going to stay on there. It's a good question. To be honest, I haven't really used one of these yet. And yeah, that's it. So it comes with that. So there's plenty of room in there. You could fit definitely more stuff in there, or a smaller sharpener. And let's see. It's got a tie, whatever, a leg tie. I don't see any whatchamacallit holes, like drain holes. So I don't know if it does or doesn't have that. What is the steel on this? I don't remember. I wonder if it goes in both ways. That's what she said. A lot of rattle in the sheath. Looks like it fits better that way, but it goes either way, and plenty of rattle. Without this, there's going to be zero retention, just so you know. It's literally nothing. bought a plastics insert. I was not expecting much from this, considering this is a $20 knife. So once again, this was on sale as well. $20 knife. That's, in my opinion, that's a lot of fixed blade for $20. That's just my opinion. I mean, $20, you could spend that easily on fast food for the fans, In my opinion, that's just how I see it. Last but not least, as they say, I know you're thinking, how many MTechs could this motherfucker buy? I don't know either. Okay, so let's see. Monster, Jason, do you wear a leather suit and sleep in a box? No comment. Can't go wrong with K-bar fixed blades. I know, huh? I could see that in the basement of a pawn shop. How about just in my bedroom? But no, let's not go there. Watch out for Bruce Willis. I know, with the samurai sword. Check out all my new videos. Yeah, Alex has a shitload of new videos. He's got that Rough Rider tie-dye series, which is really cool. Awesome knives. And won the 9th or 10th. I'm not quite sure what that means, 9th or 10th. Yeah, I am the Gimp. Bring out the Gimp. I swear that here in Brazil we call facão. I don't know if you guys know. Amor, tem faca novo de cold steel, se chama facão. Eu sou sério.
Sério?
Sério, é um tipo de faca de Argentina, porque eles têm uma regra contra espada.
Sim.
E por isso, eles usam o faca de Brasil, se chama facão. Porque facão é quase espada, né? E por isso...
É gigante.
Sim,
enorme.
Sim. Então, essa facão agora é faca tradicional de gaúchos de Argentina. Entendeu? E agora, Cold Steel tem um facão de Argentina, né?
Nossa, amor, eu quero esse facão, né?
So I was explaining to her, she was talking about, quit cussing. I was talking about the facão. Oh, yeah, that's right. So Jimmy Slash did a video on the facão. He brought his very religious mother in and wanted her to handle his facão. So facão, it basically means large knife, like giant knife. And what I was explaining is, in Argentina, they had a law outlawing swords. And as a result, the cowboys, as a traditional, they carried swords. And so they adopted the Brazilian facão, which is basically a sword. I mean, it's ever so shy of a sword, right? Much larger than the Espada XL. I mean, we're talking, it's hard to describe. But anyway, I was telling her that she loves Cold Steel, and Cold Steel actually has released their own version of the facão. It's a gigantic knife, and it's very traditional amongst both Brazilian and Argentinian cowboys. If you go to a Brazilian barbecue called a churrascaria, they walk around with the red bandanas and the white outfits, carrying the spit with tons of meat on it, and they will carry around a facão, which is, much larger than this, but it basically looks like a sword, and they'll just cut the meat directly off the spit onto your plate. Brazilian barbecue is not cheap, though, I assure you. But yeah, that's where you can see a facão. Fala.
Amor, fala para eles que a gente usa facão aqui para cortar cana de açúcar e coco. Para servir na praia. Na beirada de praia, a gente usa muito facão.
Facão ou machete? Qual? Faca ou machete? Qual?
Facão, porque manchete,
para açúcar e cocos.
A lâmina dela é diferente.
Okay, so she's saying that the facão is not only used by gaúchos, it's also used to cut sugarcane and coconuts. I asked her if they use machetes. She said no, it's a facão. So will foam targets work for throwing knives? Yes, they will. Are you talking about the foam targets like for bow and arrows? It would absolutely work for throwing knives, and that way you could save their edges because throwing knives tend not to have very good steel. In fact, they typically have very cheap steel. I was thinking about getting one of those foam targets myself, just so I don't have to destroy all my cheap ass uh, throwing knives that I've been getting. Wait a second, did I? Oh yeah, I opened it already. Okay, so here's the M-Tech. I'm sorry to plague you guys with more M-Techs, but I just couldn't resist. You guys, look at this blade. Would you look at this blade? Okay. This is real G10. I mean, look, it's layered. It's very grippy. It's got fantastic. It's pretty well chamfered, even though it's pretty blocky, but it is well chamfered. It's got some decent jimping there, a bit on the sharp side. It's got some speed holes there. It's got some strange sort of flat edge to it, but it's basically a cleaver / razor is what they call it. Let's see if feels pretty sharp. This kind of a hole. I just thought, it'd be fun to fidget around. Okay, well, I just took a huge nick out of my brand new laptop, so I guess it's mine now. So anyway, I just wanted to fool around with this and be an idiot with it and cut myself open. I just thought it'd be fun to cut myself open again. It's got a leg tie. It's got some sort of loop system here. I mean, I guess these Velcro could somewhat work for scout carry. Looks like it's not really meant to be ambidextrous because it's got a slant to it. And then it snaps in there. So, damn it, I really took a chunk out of that. I did that on purpose because I wanted to show you how ridiculously irresponsible I am with knives, and that is what makes it fun. If you can't fuck up, then what's the point? Well, although I have to admit, I was pretty doggone depressed when I found out I severed my tendon, and I mean, right now, yeah, I'm disabled, and I'm not a leather wearing gimp, but I am a gimp. And maybe I wear leather. Maybe I sleep in a box. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Wouldn't you like to know? Jason, you are naughty. That's funny. We're definitely the same age, same references. I can't believe young people these days don't know about the GIMP. I have to tell people, like, okay, just YouTube it. Look up the GIMP, and of course they love it. I don't think we make movies like that anymore, huh? We lost the edge off our movies. So here's the second unboxing, and resembles a Brazilian stiletto displayed. Don't ruin your other thumb. I know, right? Bro, you got me. I'm telling you. Wow, $14, Walmart. Yeah, monster. I'm telling you, I love M-Techs. The M-Tech I showed you, $9.99. I mean, this crappy, cheap nylon sheath itself is just about worth that price, more or less. Like if you wanted to put a real knife in there, because it's not custom fit to just this knife. If you found something that you wanted to put in there, lots of higher end knives, if I'm not mistaken, the higher you go, the less likely you are to get an actual sheath. So that's another reason why I don't hesitate to get these cheap ass M-Techs, because I can use this as a pry bar, break the hell out of it and just toss it. $10, and I still have this, and I can stick a real knife in there. So I got to tell you, M-Tech is so underrated. Speaking of M-Techs, here's my other favorite fidget knife right now. M-Tech, tip down, flipper. Okay, you can Spidey, you can thumb flick. I mean, it's I think 440A. This is the MT1109. I mean, this is once again a $10 knife. I'm pretty sure it's on bearings. It certainly feels like it. Look at it. you're telling me that this knife, which I love, is 9 times better than this knife, right? I mean, it's a lot better in every single way. Better steel, better action, better materials, etc., etc. But if you don't want to spend $90, I mean, titanium, you don't need a titanium clip. They're nice, but this has a deep carry tip down clip. It's not, sunken screws, but I mean, for fidget friendliness, I fidget this all day long. I mean, how can we're spoiled to think, M-Tech. Man, I love M-Tech. Okay, Rough Rider, amazing. Yeah. How M-Tech is able to get, how Rough Rider is able to get away with, I mean, they're 80-90% the quality of case knives. But that's saying how bad case knives are. But I mean, I've heard some channels say that they think that Rough Rider quality is better than Case because Case has been so hideous lately. In fact, go check out one of my favorite channels is JJ Jinx. He does 3 Weird Knives, and he does SMKW, the Officer's Box, which is the I think $100 box or something. And he was really excited about getting a Case Sodbuster Jr. Go check out the quality on that thing. I mean, you would never ever get a Rough Rider that bad. There's no way a Rough Rider would leave a factory as bad as JJ Jinx's Case Sodbuster Jr., which is a fantastic knife. Don't get me wrong, but that's why I don't want to. You can get a Rough Rider for $10-12. Case is what, 50-60 at least. What's the bird noise notification? Yeah, that's my phone. I'm sorry. I just don't even hear it anymore. But yeah, the bird noises. The 3 Rough Rider traditional I have came perfect. Yeah, I'm telling you. In some cases, it's better. Yeah, see, Goondocks, I'm telling you. I have at least a dozen Rough Riders. I think. I don't know. Let me see. Some of my traditionals are in here. And the quality on these guys. So here are a lot of my traditionals. I don't know if you can see. These are the ones that I don't carry that often. Spydercos and whatever else. I mean, like this. I'm going to try and collect this whole series. This is the second series I'm going to try and collect. So the first Rough Rider series I'm trying to collect, well, that I'm more or less collected everything that's available, is the Moon Glow series. Because you know me and my glow-in-the-dark fascination. And, secondarily, my pink fascination. And then, of course, how can you go wrong with the peace sign? And this, I love this because I EDC this when I'm going to be around, especially here in LA. Do you know what I mean? You got all peaceniks. Do you know what I mean? Bunch of, liberals, they don't want to see a knife, but they see something like this, they're suddenly not threatened, And then on there, it says, laser etching, it says, love, peace, friendship. That is a genius idea for marketing a knife line for a series. The centering is not phenomenal, but you heard the snap. I mean, it's nice. So I've got the toothpick in that. I've got, and then I'm starting to pick up some of these. These are the hot pink ones. This is the old style can opener. And bottle opener, and a small, basically spear point, 440 razor. I mean, it's good.
Essas são as facas suíças?
No. Anyway, so I have just, I have this little mini, this keychain Rough Rider. I've got, this is beautiful. That's that red bone. I've got the denim upswept, the denim work knife. I've got the cotton sampler. I got this because of South Jersey Pete. Just went on and on about the the Rough Rider brass lockback. I think this was like $3 or $4. And he did a video. It's like, guys, how can you go wrong with $3 or $4? This is a solid work knife, 440A. You can't go wrong. I can't do it. So, decent spring on that. So here's some of my cheap throwing knives. I don't think those edges would really last anything short of foam. Let me show you. I'm going to send this to Molly from Justin and Molly at OCD for EDC. That's a horse pick knife. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys ever taken care of horses before? This is a horse hoof pick. You have to do this every time they come in. You absolutely have to pick their hooves. Otherwise, they can get a disease because horses walk on their toes like this, and so horse hooves are actually fingernails. So they evolved to walk on their fingernails. That's what horse hooves are. And you've got to do this. Otherwise, all the junk that collects in there can get diseased and rotted. And it comes with a clip point as well, because when you take care of horses, you're always cutting bales of hay. So I got this. I got 2 of these because I wanted to send one to another friend as well who takes care of horses. Anyway, I haven't sent them yet because I lag. And it's got that's my Carta as well. I mean, and it was really cheap. So anyway, these are my little cheapo, more or less traditionals. I think these are basically all the knives that don't have pocket clips, like my little tiny mini knives. I want to make earrings. I'm thinking about piercing my ears. And sorry I stalled on the got sidetracked on the unboxing, guys. Okay. Oh, Nova Club. Hey, thanks for joining. Yeah, that was a fun live stream tonight. What is that case? This case is the cheapest case you can buy on Grindworks. I always start at the bottom and then work my way up to see what I do and don't like. What isn't good about this is that, as you can see, the profile is too thin. You can't put really anything too thick in here. So as you can see, the display more or less looks nice, but as you can see, I can't really fit anything with too much depth. And I have to space it out so that like these thin ones correspond with some of the thicker ones. And I've taken a few knives out of here. This, just to show you guys real quick, this is actually a buck traditional, and I'm impressed. I gotta say, I really like it a lot. I think it looks nice. And officially, my favorite traditional pattern is the doctor's knife, without fail. Absolutely. It's got this pill crusher on the bottom. It's got a spatula and a knife. To me, this spatula, I think, is extremely useful for just a lot of things. Basically, in today's world, I think we'd use it as a pry bar, which is what I would do. Okay. I carry around a pry bar as well sometimes. I usually do, but sometimes I don't. Oh, I think Alex asked about this. The Cub. I actually love this pattern. This is their Copper series. As you can see, it's got a nice little patina there. I used to EDC this. It's got that forward choil. Look at that. I have large gloves. I get a full 3 fingers on there. Tell me how good, useful that knife is. Look at that. As far as your EDC needs, and it's a lockback, you can't go wrong. Again, a Rough Rider. It's beautiful. So this is definitely gentleman's carry. I think it looks fantastic. And I mean, I can't remember what I paid, but I think it was like $12. These are not expensive. You get so much gosh darn knife from Rough Rider. It's astounding. I'm not happy that Chinese manufacturing, they could just kill us on those prices, because I'm I work in manufacturing myself, and we simply just don't compete. If we know that someone is going to go Chinese, we just say, hey, good luck. Just go get. We'll never touch their prices. This thing is cool. This Gerber. This is what made him famous. Like, I think in like the 70s or 80s. I believe this is the number one most selling knife in the world, pocket knife in the world, or something like that. They sold like 1 million of these units or something crazy. Um, it's cheap. It's just a rivet design. It's a lockback. It's sharp. It's got a half stop. Basically it's keychain size. So um, I am a knife collector. I gotta have one of each. No matter how cheesy or crappy or whatever. I've got the mini Spydercos in here. Spanish fruit knife. Got the denim work knives. Got the hawkbill in here. That's good for pruning. That's literally what they were originally designed as, pruning knives. And then I've got the rest of my traditionals in the leather slips that I have. So because those I carry. So these are sort of the ones I don't carry as much. But I've got the carnivore jack and the carnivore jack one, the dog whistle one. I can do a traditional knife thing later. Sorry, I got badly sidetracked, didn't I? Where is the official unboxing knife? All right, let's do overkill here. The Kukri Machete. Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar, aren't we the ones that used to always win the Neves Knives trivia games? If I'm not mistaken, I haven't been on Neves Knives live streams in forever. Oh, Jason, you gotta go. All right, you gonna lay him down? Wow, you're gonna chin check him and make him knock out? Poor kid. You're kind of rough on your kids, guy. I love Rough Rider. I've been so happy with every Rough Rider. I'm telling you, Spanish fruit knife. Yes, it is. Did you want to see it? It is a. It's the like I said, I always start with the cheapest one first, and then work my way up because we have the luxury these days of getting such incredible value for so little. The amount of quality we get these days. This is from Rite Aid, and look at that beautiful. Look at that. This is a Spanish fruit knife. I believe. I swear to God, I'm pretty sure this is like $3 on Grindworks. Look at how beautiful that is. Look. I'm pretty sure it was like $3 or $4. Oh yeah, that's right, Nebuchadnezzar. You said you've been getting into traditionals lately. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar, I'll do my next video. I'll just show you my traditionals. I don't have a lot, but I'll go ahead and show you what I do have because I always go bargain. And I heard you in your live stream too. Like you're all about budget knives, and you don't have a lot of knives over $100. Me neither. I mean, all of my $100+ knives, most of them I get used off of YouTube. I mean, I know you can do that off of like Reddit and all that too, but I just don't put in that much effort. I mean, just getting to the live streams itself is enough work. And this is my Knife Joy 20 CV smock, and is it fidget friendly or what? I mean, it's so fidget friendly. Oh yeah, and you were talking about your large Luzon. I'm telling you, mine broke in really good. Watch. See how hard I flicked that out? And the lockup went pretty far, but look, it doesn't lock up. You heard how hard I flicked that out. See if yours will break in. Because mine locked up the first couple times, and I just kept working on it, and I'm telling you, the lock, it doesn't lock up anymore, the liner lock. I gotta tell you, this knife is so much fun for such a big ass knife. It flips out so well. I hated cold steel at the beginning. I thought they were gimmicky, but I thought I'd give them a shot. I got the Pro Light, immediately cut myself. hated cold steel. Then I chanced upon the Black Talon 2 off of Triple E EDC's knife sale, and I picked it up, and I got a great price on it, and I was shocked at how good the action was, and that's when I thought, oh geez, maybe there is something to these. And then I'm literally a cold steel fanboy now. I mean, that's why I had an absolute hissy fit when they got sold to that big conglomerate. We'll see what happens to cold steel, but okay, unboxing knife. Let's see if it'll. Hey, it opens boxes. Okay, officially the best unboxing knife yet. I'm surprised at how incredibly slicey this is. This is slicier than my pocket knives. I'm freaking shocked. Okay, officially slicey. Oh yeah, let me just show you. So I was going to compare this with the my other kukri machete. I have the cold steel one, and a lot of people want to criticize other machetes for not being more like cold steel, but I'm going to cast some doubt on the cold steel machete thing, because let me show you something.
Amor, o que monster fala para mim? Eu não entendo, traduz para mim. The circle cancer, o que ele fala para mim?
E pode para você na rua tem uma faca com você na sua corpo. Pode? Não pode?
Não, até onde que eu sei, não. Até onde que eu sei, não. Há muitos casos de assassinatos com facas aqui no Brasil. Ontem mesmo, um rapaz assassinou uma garota de 18 anos no shopping, na praça do shopping, com faca. Matou ela. Meio-dia. Chegou lá e esfaqueou ela toda. Colega de faculdade dela.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a gentlemanly kukri, yeah. Gentleman carry. Believe it or not, this is legal in California. You can carry this. People are like, oh, California knife laws. You guys don't know about California knife laws. There's no mention of dagger whatsoever. As far as Brazilian knife carry laws, it's very unclear. They're not exactly super clear on what the carry laws are over there. She said recently there's been a case of, an 18-year-old kid, killed his teacher with a knife. So there's a lot of it's very difficult to say. There are gun carry laws similarly. So here's the cold steel kukri machete. Okay, once again, see it barely has a grind, as you can see. It kind of has a combo grind / micro bevel all in one. But basically, it's just a hunk of steel with nothing but a mini bevel on it. But otherwise, it really doesn't actually have a grind. So a lot of people are critical of cold steel machetes because, once again, nothing sharpened down here. I'm not sure if that's on purpose. Obviously it must be on purpose. So I'm not really sure. People have been pretty critical of, no swedge or anything. This one has an interesting swedge on it. So I don't know if it's meant for piercing. Why you would want to pierce with a machete, I'm not sure. This almost looks like a bolo or a parang in terms of its length, because it's sort of a stubby kukri. This is more of a long kukri. Anyway, so this is the cold steel one. Their sheaths are a lot cheaper, as you can see. So they're half the price, though. So is this twice as good as that? Actually, it might be twice as good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you say that the K-bar is twice as good as the cold steel kukri machete? The steel on The cold steel, if I'm not mistaken, is 1055, which is pretty soft, but that's probably not such a bad idea. The K bar, I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. Maybe I can put it into the annotations later. So let's open this up and see what kind of goodies are in here. I got the Bigfoot sticker. Man, they're being stingy with the stickers. What's up, Holmes? They're being stingy with the stickers. SMKW. What the heck? Okay, so that happened. Oh, okay. So here's the cold steel Spetsnaz, $22. Sharpened edges. All of them are sharpened edges. It looks like it's bolted in there. It's got some sort of an enamel type finish on it. It can probably be sharpened for a shovel. I don't know how much you truly want to sharpen it though, but there's that. There's a nice little varnish on it. Let me show you the Bud K knockoff version of this. It's so crappy. It's astounding. Hold on. So can you hear that rattle?
Nossa, igual.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that rattle?
Só que uma mão com a outra.
I mean, it's I can't imagine using this thing. I got it on one of those damn Bud K sales. I went through this whole Bud K phase where I was just like, I'm gonna get a bunch of cheap shit from there, and then I ended up spending a whole bunch of money. I was like, what the hell was I thinking? What did I do that for? It was just me and my idiotic compulsive behavior. But you got some welding there. This one is welded. It's got a full weld instead of a spot weld. You can see that it's just spot weld. Can you hear that rattle? Horrifying. None here. The advantage of having two screws instead of one. So, and of course, this isn't sharpened at all. So, I'm not sure. This was the first shovel I ever got, though, because I think it was like $10. I mean, I literally didn't have a shovel at the time, so I thought, what the heck, I better get a single shovel, before we get hit with an earthquake and I got to dig my way out of my apartment, So, I don't know if you guys have seen, I got yet another one because this thing was on sale for Memorial Day. I got this off the Memorial Day sale. I have like 4 or 5 of these. I give them away as gifts, right? I'm carrying one in my car now. These things are, it's got a good saw on it. So for however much when it's on sale, I think it's worth it. It comes with this this nasty little vinyl, and it's not an official Bundeswehr. It's just a recreation of one, but it does have. Let me show you the saw. See, it's got a saw with a file on it, so I think you can do some sharpening on that because I think it seems kind of like a diamond file. I don't know.
Oh.
And then this is the thing for the. Pull this up. There. So there's the saw. I haven't tested it out yet, but it's very toothy. So I suspect it would probably cut. I suspect it will. That is my hunch. Who knows what kind of mystery steel they use, but again, it's extremely affordable. So I can't be mad about that. And I got the cold steel. It's got a leg strap thing, whatever. Sheath made in China, so I should put this on now, I guess. So, no país tropical.
Abençoado por Deus, e por isso, por nada, por melhor. Então,
So there's the strap there. It more or less sort of double stitching, kind of. I almost think it's, I guess it's not a leg strap at all. I guess maybe it's for hanging. I don't know. Okay, here is what I really wanted to get. This is my obsession with, the reason why I brought out my thumbnail was my other spear style survival knife type things. So there we go. That is unbelievable. That is actually sealed, guys. Look, a sealed knife. Go figure. All right, here we go. Front flipper. I didn't do a good job on flipping it, by the way. It's 440 steel, and it's barely cutting through this. I might need to strap this guy up. Actually, I don't think I have a strap. I think I'm just going to get a leather belt and use that as a strap. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is way, way smaller than I expected. Way smaller. Way smaller. I can't tell you how many times I've said it. Can't tell you how many times I've seen it in videos. You can read the measurements all you want. It never looks, like what you expect. This is shockingly small. But here's why I got it. No wonder it was so cheap, for one thing. Oh, here it goes. So that's for fixing it as a spear. And I got pieces of something coming out of there. What was that? Yeah, pieces of metal? Yeah, metal shavings, guys. Metal shavings came flopping out of, not super high quality. Not surprising, from Smith & Wesson makes, I think, not such great stuff. Another thing, it's a single-sided spear, which to me is kind of useless. Why would a spear have only one sharpened edge? What the hell were they thinking? And I thought this was going to be one of those survival capsules, but it's not. So anyway, this is to me a little bit not terribly impressed. It is smaller though than the other ones, and so let me just compare it. So I got this thing really cheap from Knife Country. This is the Renegade. So it's double. It's got both sides sharpened, which literally makes more sense for a spear, right? And this, when you open it up, actually has a survival capsule in it. So I just feel like this cheap Renegade thing, which is like probably one of these MTech type, master cutlery type companies, I like this thing better, better than the so-called name brand Smith & Wesson. So, and then of course the cold steel, you want to be careful not to cut yourself here. and retention is very good. Now this is single bladed, but look, it's more like a knife. I got the standard. I did not get the Bowie. It has an empty handle. People say that you can put a cork in there and put survival gear in there, which I might do. I think that would be cool. Um, Comes with the fire steel. I think this is the one that Goondocks was so pissed about the plastic sheath, right? Because he was right that on the picture they clearly depict a nylon sheath. It's not crazy about um, the stiff plastic ones. This Smith & Wesson has a plastic insert in here, so looks like, yeah, it can go in either way. And, you know, zero retention, of course, right? You have to have this thing, and it retains just fine with that. Okay, next. Is that it? Okay, I got the Boker, the Gordito. This is the second one. I got it because this is the last one they had. Unfortunately, I wanted to get another one of these, and then I mentioned it, and I think somebody on my live stream went out and bought the last one. So I really wanted to get a second one of this, but this is a good EDC size. So it's a button lock, not fidget friendly, but you know, it is a button lock. Okay, that's it for the unboxing. Yeah, just in case, it's Burka. That's how you technically pronounce it, Burka. And it's Zollingen, because S's are pronounced like a Z in German. So it's Zollingen, Burka, and it's not Begleiter, it's the Begleiter. In case you guys cared. I want to keep doing more of the pronunciation videos because sometimes I get a little cringy. Upcoming unboxing, I just got the Kaiser Cormorant, so I'm pretty thrilled about that. That is one of the last fidget knives I wanted to get, and I think I pretty much might want to EDC that, in fact. Oh, wait, I forgot. One more, Wartech. I got this for a friend. It's a spring-assisted Karambit. How you like that? $7 or so? $8? It was on sale, you know. It's probably like a $10, $12 knife or so. Springs out pretty nice. It's got that cool green color. You know. Anyway, my friend got his stolen that I bought him for his birthday, so we're gonna go with that as his replacement. Yeah, I think that's it. Did it come out of this? It did, didn't it? Wartech. Okay, let me try and catch up on these messages here. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Acabou as facas? Acabou a faca da caixa?
In every Knife Live I've seen. Hey, Williams, Knife Live. I need to catch up on your videos, William. I love your sense of humor. You guys, if you haven't checked out Williams Knife Live, that guy has a dry sense of humor and he's goofy. He loves to, sometimes he's got like little dinosaur buddies that he unboxes with. It's just hilarious. I got the Cold Steel Bushman. It's a Bowie shape. Yeah, I've seen that one, William. The Bowie shape one. I kind of want to get that one as well. I kind of want both. I mean, why not? They're very inexpensive. I live in the city of Discovery of Brazil. She means She lives in Bahia, which is in the northeast, and that's where the Portuguese first set down. The first place they discovered Brazil was in Porto Seguro, which is means secure port, and that was the first place they landed. Um, and that's the state of Bahia. Bahia is basically just means bay, and it's the black capital of Brazil. So it's like 70 to 90% black, depending on how you determine what black is. Like Mariana's mom is black, but she doesn't really look black. That is, Mariana doesn't. So I'm in Arizona, not too far ahead of us. Okay. Okay, so zombie emergency. Yeah, I'm not into the whole zombie thing, but being prepared for the zombie apocalypse is like preparing for, worst case scenario situations. I don't think that Hollywood imagination of SHTF situations is realistic. As I understand it, social scientists have studied disaster scenarios, and in fact, we don't know of any disaster scenarios in which we have that Hollywood scenario of all against all. In fact, during disaster scenarios, you have massive cooperation. So, the way our knife community is on YouTube would be how society would work. That's all the evidence that we have. There's actually a book written on this. The book was published just before the Haiti disaster. And so it was good timing. It had a long, awkward title, like during natural disasters, we all come together. It had this long, awkward title, but take a look at that book. The author studied, I think 10, 20 years worth of major natural disasters, and she found incredibly little situations of, robbery and mayhem and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys will remember, there was one news report about, armed gangs of knife wielding thugs in Haiti. And, that was very overblown. I mean, actually, there was tremendous cooperation in Haiti during that terrible episode. So, yeah, the evidence that we have is that SHTF situation about cooperation. So for me, preparation is, having enough stuff that we could trade later and support one another within our community. I suspect that that's going to be the correct answer. Question answered already. Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix is so hot. I ironically called Phoenix because it's fucking hotter than fire. Woof. Arizona is so. I used to go there all the time as a kid. Okay, let's make people cringe. Wait, what's this? Blade Show is messing up a lot of normal live streams. Is it? Oh, yeah, because a lot of people aren't going live. I'm adding jalapenos to my tacos. Okay. Taco, Debbie Cloud, in Portuguese means golf clubs. And Peru, tacos, em português, é para esporte. Desporte.
Sim.
So you have to say tacos mexicano for what we understand to be tacos. Peru is not the name of a country in Portuguese. That's the word for Turkey. Borracho, which is cognate with borracho, doesn't mean drunk like in Mexican Spanish. Borracho means pencil eraser. So there are what are called false cognates in Portuguese. So let's see. I've been getting notification on a lot of channels lately. We'll have to catch up on William. Yeah, I need to catch up on William's Knife Life. Okay. Oh, William's Knife Life. Yeah, in Brazil, it's the Portuguese language. Nebby Clyde, you have some gems from Bahia. Okay. Yeah, that was that Yeah, William. The way they split up the world at that time, there was the church brokered that that they brokered the what was it the peace treaty of something or other, probably right around, had to have been, let's see, 14, probably maybe 1400s, maybe early 1500s, where they decided that Portugal had rights to everything east of a certain meridian, and Spain had the rights to everything west.
Que muda? Ok.
And so
No, that was
that's
correct.
that's why the Portuguese got Brazil, because it juts out very far to the east. Um, Interestingly, their meridian thing happened such that um, they obviously went really quite far west, because modern technology not being around. So Brazil ended up being very quite far to the west, far further west than would have been the case were they using, satellite GPS and such. And they did fight some wars. If you ask Brazilians, most Brazilians will say that Brazil has never been to war, and that's simply false. Just like every other country, the nation state requires massive wars. There are lots of wars that Brazil fought. In fact, they lost Uruguay to basically to Argentina. Um, they That whole area called the Rio Plateau, the Rio the plateau, basically the river plateau is what they call it. Basically, Uruguay is just a big, huge river plateau, and Brazil lost that in a war, and so Uruguay, um, they speak Spanish, but it went back and forth. They sort of spoke some Portuguese there. At this point, the northern part of Uruguay on the Brazilian border speaks a mixed language of Portuguese and Spanish, and likewise in the southern area of Brazil on the Uruguayan border, they speak a Spanish-sounding Portuguese. So there's a blend of languages there. Uh, Portuguese is one of the four Lusophone dialects on the Iberian Peninsula. So when the Romans conquered the Iberian Peninsula, you had four dialects of Latin develop: Catalan, Castilian, I think Aragon or something like that, and Gallo Portuguese. So Galician Spanish is basically Portuguese. So those are the four major dialects, and they ebbed and flowed in usage, spread, and popularity until the Castilian dialect came to dominate because of a certain royal family, and then Portugal split off as its own separate country at one point. So that's how you ended up. So Portuguese is technically a dialect of the Lusophone area, meaning Spanish and Portuguese are part of essentially the same language family, but they're just dialects. Um, it's pretty easy for Portuguese speakers to understand Spanish, but Spanish speakers barely understand Portuguese speakers. It's usually that way. Portuguese is a bit more difficult. The grammar is a bit more arcane, and the pronunciation is considerably more difficult. Uh, Portuguese has several more sounds than Spanish. Spanish has only half the sounds of English, and Portuguese has a few more than Spanish. So that's my cousin calling with my nephew. So I think Charles doesn't get the vaccine either. Oh God! Thanks for saying that publicly, Mariana. I haven't taken the shot because I don't trust it. Besides, I rarely go out amongst people anymore. I know. Oh yeah, that's right. She just lost a 33-year-old friend of COVID. They're having a tough time over there in Brazil with the COVID. Maybe my mom loves Brazilian telenovelas. Yeah, they really. Debbie Cloud, is your mom like Spanish speaking? Is she Mexican American or what? I've been stockpiling on freeze dried food and dehydrated food. Keeps up 10 to 20 years. Cool. Um, have you done a video on that, William? If I haven't, I'll have to go back and look at it. But if you haven't, yeah, definitely show us what you buy, how much. Show us how to do that because I really need to start doing that as well. Um, right now, I've got some water. That's about it. I'm really not working that hard. I got some canned food. I mean, I need to be a lot more serious about that. A lot more because here in California, it's not a matter of if but when. It's we're gonna have a big earthquake. It's going to happen. They've been telling me since I was a child. We've been doing little exercises on what we call the big one. It's gonna come. It's gonna be here literally any day. Californians are incredibly naive about disaster preparedness. When the wildfires hit us 2 years in a row, and then mudslides and all that, and people are like, "Gee, maybe we should be more prepared." And then once again, they forget. Life is it's too fast. It's too fun. There's just too much distraction out here for people just to be more serious. And it's so urban. It's hard to remember um, how dependent on nature we are. Don't get me wrong. There's tons of green space. You would be surprised how much green space is. But if you don't go seek out the green space, you have solid city for hundreds of miles. Hundreds of miles, you will see nothing but concrete jungle. It is an absolutely gargantuan megalopolis. From LA down to San Diego is what, 24 million people or something like that. I mean, it is the size, population, and economy of most countries. Most countries are smaller, both, well, certainly economy wise, for sure, because California, I think, is the seventh largest economy. So, I guess that means that the economy is even larger than the country of Brazil. So, let's see. She's younger than me. Yeah, Charles doesn't get the vaccine. Besides, I'm anxious waiting for mine. I was born in Mexico. Oh, but I grew up in Kansas. I'm a corn-fed Midwestern. Nebby Cloud. Oh, that's cool. Okay, you're Mexican. From what state in Mexico? Nebby Cloud. That's cool. Midwest. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to go. I have food stamps and accept online. Normally, I only qualify. I should probably get things bumped it up to 200
Que barulho é esse?
Telefone, eu preciso ir.
Precisa ir pra onde?
Eu te falei já, bem que começa. Nossa.
Hã? Não entendo pra onde. Você não me
Tá
disse
bom,
nada.
tchau. Ok, fala tchau, menina. I'm gonna have to cut this off.
Não. Você nem falou do nosso aniversário de
okay.
namoro, você não tem
Yeah,
declaração pra mim.
So today is celebrating me and Mariana's 1 year anniversary as well. So the 3rd. So June 3rd. So happy anniversary, Mariana. Oi, Mariana. Fala.
Oi.
Fala.
O quê?
Feliz aniversário. Primeiro aniversário.
Happy birthday.
E explica essas coisas no seu nariz. O que é isso?
Ah, tá. Fala para eles que eu fiz uma rinomodelação e fiz uma hidratação na pele também, que eu tô toda picada também. Fiz a harmonização facial.
So she's doing a facial.
É para eu ficar bonita para você.
She wants to be pretty for us.
Beautiful for you.
And she's doing a nose modulation, basically nose shaping, and she's an aesthetic. I can't say it. Aesthetician. Is there an S in there? Aesthetician. Thanks, Monster. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to cut it short. Well, it's already over an hour, so it's not exactly short. She did get into a fight, actually. She a couple months ago, she's had a lot of adventures. A couple months ago, one of her friends got really jealous and said, "Oh, you're after my man," and she literally attacked her at a party. And I think Mariana had to smack her down after she like pushed her into something. Hey, Paper Tiger, thanks for joining in. So, and then one time she almost got
O que o
kidnapped.
Big Kenai
It
falou?
was
Eu não
ever since then
entendo.
that she wanted me to send her a stun gun and a knife and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, some guy offered to give her a ride home and suddenly started driving somewhere else and she started crying and begging him, please just take me home. And so she's not friends with a friend of a friend. So yeah, she, it's dangerous out there. Yep, Big Knife Mystery, cool. I haven't seen your. Let me see if I'm gonna check out. See if you have a channel. Do you have a channel, Big Knife Mystery? I'm gonna have to check that out. Thanks for tuning in. So, if there's anything else, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this short because I am late and I feel really bad. I'm gonna have to call back Esther. I'm gonna try and get Esther to produce a podcast for me so I can talk about, philosophy, religion, politics, all the popular topics. I might put
Amor,
it
o que
on this
que
channel.
Big Kenai falou? Eu não entendo. Traduz.
Ele fala só, vocês são juntos para um ano, parabéns. Uau! Só isso.
Ah, tá. Então eu pensei que era uma pergunta.
É retorical, né? Alright, guys.
Entendi.
See. Então, fala tchau.
Bye, bye. I see you later.
Jogo de bunda. Mexe no chão. Vai. Jogo na bunda. Jogo na bunda. Chão. Mexe no chão.
Não,
Caiu no chão.
amor,
Caiu no chão.
vergonha.
Vai.
Não, vergonha.
Vergonha nada.
É vergonha sim.
Okay, so she's not gonna shake her butt for us, so.
E a câmera tá super clara na tela. Eles não vão conseguir enxergar nada.
Eu? Câmera de mim?
Olha aqui como é que tá. Super claro a tela do computador. Mas já deixa. Melhorou agora. Agora a gente consegue me ver.
Is it any better?
Tá.
I'm sorry. I let it get dark. I apologize. Let me know next time the lighting gets terrible, guys. That would be helpful. So yeah, I was telling her, I was like, hey, shake your butt, drop it to the floor, back it up. And she said, no, it's too embarrassing. Vergonha is embarrassment. So like, no, it's too embarrassing. But trust me, she does it all the time otherwise. So here is pretty much my favorite flipper right now. Look at that. Orion Solaris. Yes, I am the one who named it. I suggested it to Blade Banter, David, and he liked the name. And I suggested his next knife be the Lunaris. So anyway, yeah. So disappointed. This is what I was looking forward to. I can't believe how small it is. So much smaller than this one. Bummed out. I mean, although it's super light, I'll throw it in my go bag. I might even throw it in my truck or my car bag. I don't have a truck anymore, so car bag. So I'll probably do that. If there's nothing else, guys, I'm late. I gotta roll out. Totally overbooked. All right, guys. Bye. Então, fala tchau.
Bye.